South Hadley High School in Massachusetts is finally and reluctantly speaking out, defending his school's actions after a 15-year-old student was allegedly bullied to death. 9 of her fellow students now face criminal charges.
Our next guest faced a bullying problem at his Nevada school and met it head-on with some pretty good results. Now Principal Hansen is credited with turning things around at White Pine Middle School in Ely, Nevada, and he joins us live via Skype this morning. Thanks for being with us.
You're welcome.
So you became principal back in 2006. It's your 4th year at the school. There were some serious problems with bullying as well as other things, difficult and I guess a tenuous relationship between teachers and students there. What was going on? Give us an idea of how tough things were when you first got to the school.
Well, honestly, I don't know that the bullying situation was any worse than anywhere else in the school, anywhere else in the country. But yeah, there definitely was contention among students and staff, and I think there was not what we have now, which is a very positive culture and one where we make sure that every one of our students feels safe, accepted, listened to, and has a relationship with adults.
You undertook, Principal Hansen, a rather unique effort to address bullying by getting the students themselves to identify the bullies and do it in an anonymous way. What did you do?
Yeah, we got the idea from another principal, a friend of mine, whose name is Lori Sparks, who's a principal in Battle Mountain, Nevada. But basically what it is we have a survey that we ask the students confidentially to write down if there's bullying in our school, where it takes place so we can improve supervision in those places, and then also who the bullies are. And so we create a list based on that survey. And I meet with each of those students who has been named as a bully and sit down with them and talk with them and basically let them know your peers have said that they feel like sometimes you're not very nice or that you're a bully. How do you feel about that? And we have a conversation and go through some of the behaviors that they have and talk about how they can improve. We don't use the survey in a punitive way at all. We use it to help the bullies, to make sure that they're having their needs met and making sure that that their behaviors change.
So in some cases, what was the reaction from the students? I mean, were they surprised that people thought they were bullies? Did they deny that they do this? Or, what was sort of the takeaway for the kids that were doing the bullying?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of them are surprised, some of them are not surprised. Some of them, in their reactions, when they're surprised, they feel really badly about that and say, well, I don't want to be viewed that way from my peers, basically is what they say, and just by talking to them, stop some of their behaviors. Others, it takes a little more effort. We have to ask them to start doing some things and helping them find some things that they can work on to improve their behaviors.
Yeah, we spoke earlier, Principal, with the author of the new book, Mean Girls, Mean Women, and they said that there were some common traits among women or young girls as well who are mean to each other, things like self-hate, rigid gender stereotypes. When you identified and sat down and talked with these bullies, did you find that there were sort of common traits that they all shared, or at least some of them share?
I don't know necessarily that I noticed that. I think that our focus has been to make sure that we have a positive culture within the school, that we ensure that every one of our students is known well, that we have an environment where kids feel safe, accepted, listened to, and have a relationship with an adult. There's not a magic bullet for solving the bullying problem, and the problem can't be solved in isolation. We have to work to create a positive culture where kids, like I said, feel good about being in school, right, and where it's not cool to be a bully.
Right, and so you talk about tackling the bully issue. What about the kids who feel bullied? And the reason that we're asking about this is because there's been a lot of criticism leveled at the school district where this 15-year-old tragically committed suicide, prosecutors say, because of the bullying that was taking place, the relentless bullying that some allege happened right under the noses of teachers and school officials. How do you tackle the challenge when a student comes to you and says, I'm being bullied?
Yeah, absolutely. We deal with that as proactively as we can. dealing with their issues, listening to them. Again, it goes back to creating a culture within the school and making sure. I think that if we work ahead of time, that we can solve a lot of the problems before they arise. And one of the things that we've done in our school is to make sure that every single one of our students has a relationship with an adult. And I think if other schools are out there listening and thinking, what can we do? The most important thing that they can do is make sure that systems are in place so that every single student has a relationship with an adult, someone that they can go to and talk to if they have a problem. We have a program in our school called our advisory program, and through the help of a foundation called the Lindsay Foundation, we're able to make sure that every single one of our students has someone that they can go to and talk to. Every single morning, they check in with this adult. The adults make sure that they've gotten something to eat, that they're okay, that nothing crazy went on over the weekend at home, and that we check on their grades. But we make sure first that they're socially successful and that they're okay, because if we don't do that first, how can we expect them to be academically successful?
It certainly sounds astonishingly simple. Aaron Hansen in Ely, Nevada this morning for us. Thanks so much, and good luck to you. Maybe you haven't eliminated the problem, but at least you found an effective way of dealing with it. Thanks so much.
Yeah, we've had a lot of results. Thanks for having me.
All right, you bet.
Thank you. Well,